friends, welcome back to Tracy's Rhythmic Life. Today's video, I'm not going to do a whole lot. I'm just going to give you all a general update on how everything is progressing along and what I have done already. So I'm going to start here up top, and I'm going to show you what I have in these containers here, and then we will head out in the garden, and then I want to show you something that I purchased recently from Lowe's, and hopefully y'all can give me some ideas on what I need to do. All right, let me turn my camera around. All right, in this container here, remember I brought you all along, mainly on this whole top shelf here, I brought you along. And these here are my spinach. And yes, they are coming along. I have some growth on these smaller ones here, here, here. I don't know if this one here is going to make it, but I do see some new growth on these. Next, we are going to go down to these beets here. They have come along real well. Remember, I was kind of afraid or just taking a chance on planting all these out here, even way before they were even time to be placed out here. They didn't have their true leaves, but I just kind of took a chance and just get them out in these containers where I could kind of feed them a little better than they were in those starters. Now here is the mustards here. Now I have received tremendous growth on these as well. Even the smaller ones are coming along. And on this far end here is some more mustards. I have gotten a tremendous growth, especially on this one here. Alright, so everything up here on this top level in these here big barrel containers, they are doing real nice. Alright, now you see these containers here. I planted some sweet peas, and I have them placed out under my trellis, but I think I'm going to move those and I may just keep them there for the time being, but what I'm going to show you later will be placed in these containers here. But these containers here, I will place those over my early peas that I have out in the garden that I planted. All right, now here is some more celery here. I have my onions here. And I have a few more celery that may try to come through. I'm not sure, but I have plenty out in the garden already, and this right here seems to be doing pretty good. I'm still staying kind of hopeful for the onions here. I may just try to go ahead on and get them out in the garden as well. I'm not going to do a whole lot of planting any more fall seedlings. At least I don't plan to, but you never know. All right, y'all, we're going to take a trip out here in the garden. Let me show you this right here. I did go ahead on and plant some rosemary and some thyme in this container here. I guess I'm giving it that cold stratification process, and I just have it out here in this container. And hopefully sometime next year I will see some type of germination. I do have some more herbs that I'm just going to go ahead on and plant. I'm not going to worry about any of them blooming right now, and just hope to see some when the spring rolls around. All right, we're going to head in the garden now. All right, y'all, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. You see, it is cloudy today. We have a overcast that is expected pretty much all week. All right, so let me turn my camera around. I have made it out here in the garden. All right, we're going to start here on this far end. This is my garlic here. And remember, I brought you along when I planted these garlic on this far end, and I guess you can see that they all germinated. Yes, they all germinated. All right, we're going to move along here to my celery here. They are doing good. My beets in this bed here, they're slowly coming along, but they are coming, progressing daily. I see some new growth on this one that I kind of had. Let me see if I can get that I had some um, uncertainty about. I don't know if I'm at a good angle where you can see that. Have another beet here. I had to put out some diatomaceous earth out here because the aphids had started trying to take over, and I see they still are. Yep. Let me show you. You see those little bugs? Yep, those little eggs. And these are some more broccoli. I took them from this side here and put them over here because they wasn't getting enough sunlight because the leaves were covering them up here. Over here is my Savoy cabbage. I don't know for sure, but right now they're slowly or slightly hanging on. More bok choy, not bok choy, but Swiss chard. I definitely need to come out here and harvest a few of those. Now, my label says that this is kale, but I'm not sure. I don't think this is kale. This now that one over there maybe, this one maybe, I'm not sure. But this one here, it looked like it could be a, I don't know. But it's something that's growing, y'all. All right, we're gonna move on. This bed here, I planted my early peas in this one and this one. So that tall cage that I had up there, I'm gonna place these over those. And I may move this because what I'm gonna show you later will take place in this area here. Still nothing in this bed here. Nothing in that bed in the back here. Some more Swiss chard. And in this bed here, I do have some growth on my Chinese cabbage. My my one Brussels sprout and my two cauliflowers there and there. Now in the rest of this bed here is where I popped in my bok choy. And they have gained some growth since placing them out here. I moved them kind of early. I up-potted them kind of early. But just taking a chance on these. And so far, they are doing good. One on that end here. So I'm just continuing to watch these. Alright, and on this last two here are some sugar beets along with some weeds. This might be lettuce here. I still can't remember what I placed in this bed here before I placed those beets in here. And back there are carrots. I may try to, well, I don't know. I think I'm just going to let it be and just leave it alone. I'm not going to space anything. I'm just going to keep it as is. All right, and finally, this is the garden out here. Everything out here is looking good and it's coming along. Unfortunately, we did not get to harvest anything to have for Thanksgiving. Maybe we will for Christmas. And if not, that's okay because we have plenty in the freezer already from last spring rather. We try not to during the summer months we try not to plant collards and cabbage because of the toughness of the leaves during the hotter part of the summer. but we may try to plant some early in the year, and hopefully we'll have them up and harvested before the weather gets too hot. And right here again on this end, we don't know, it don't look good, but I can't remember. I'm always saying I'm not sure if these are mustards or turnips. You know, they always start out good, but towards the end, you know, that there's a big stall there. But we do keep trying. Still have my little decorative stuff out here. I did get my lattice out here. I just got to get me some T-posts and kind of hook it to the T-post and then zip tie that together to kind of stand it up some. I got it out here right now to just give a general vision of what it'll look like if I decide to keep it out here. And I may, once the weather warms up some more, I may just wait till springtime to kind of clip some of the branches back some. Alright guys, ta-da! I purchased me 2 of the Sweetie Pie blackberry bushes here. They were half off on clearance, and I guess you can see why. But yes, I do see some life in these, and I would definitely be giving these a try. See that new growth here and here, and on this plant here you already see the new growth here. So I will get most of these cut back some. I may just leave it as is. Try to get these in those big red containers back there that I showed you earlier. I think I brought you along previously when I went to Lowe's. Again, I purchased these from Lowe's. Not affiliated or sponsored from Lowe's, but this is just where I purchased these from. That I was checking these out, and I was thinking about getting some. So when I went back this last time, and they had a lot of plants that were dying off half price, so I decided to get one. I see some more growth right there as well. But yeah, so I got 2 of those, and again, they will be in those red containers back there. Right now, I'm not gonna do anything. I may try to water one more time, because they had it pretty moist here. I may try to give it a little fertilizer until I get ready to plant those. But I just wanted to show you this. Well, all right, garden friends, this concludes my video for today. Thanks for coming along with me, and I will see you on my next video. Have a fantastic afternoon, and don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe.